check. Shoes, check. A brand new fit, looking cool, check. I'm looking in the mirror like, oh yes. To cover for an insecure dude, check. But she won't feel me and they won't like me if I am them J's or them brand new Nikes. Let's dig deeper inside my psyche. When it's all said and done, even I don't like me. Those are the lyrics to a song sung by Lecrae and has described most of my life. All my life I've had a craving for self-worth and identity. I've turned to many things in my life, including how I look, relationships, hobbies, and my personality to prove to myself that I'm worth something. From grade 1 to 10, I identified myself specifically with hockey, friends, and being the funny guy. I was always a class clown in school. In fact, one of the worst days of my life was, or of each year, were parent-teacher interviews. There, the teachers would just tell my parents how I was a nuisance in class, how I disturbed the class and distracted others. My parents would come home and be angry at me, but I never changed because that's how I identified myself. However, I think a changing moment in my life was grade 11. I changed schools to a new school where I didn't really know anyone and I didn't have any friends. You can't really be a class clown in a group of kids that you don't know, and I felt like my identity was stripped away. At that point, I had really low self-esteem and was trying to find my identity in other things, most of the time unsuccessfully. Even though I was a Christian, I never really broadcasted that identity, because the world viewed Christians as weird and uncool. Part of my pursuit of self-worth was changing myself so that others would like me. Through this experience, I learned that the identity humans pursued, like wealth, friendship, looks, athletic abilities, are all fleeting and won't hold joy for a lifetime. Society too often judges people's worth, which is why suicide rate is up. Things like plastic surgery and anorexia are so high in our culture. It's a materialistic world where people are never satisfied, and some people will never realize that they won't be happy pursuing these things. I now find my self-worth in God and know that He loves me for who I am and that I don't have to change myself. It is always a struggle to remind myself this, but I'm caring less and less about what normal society sees as having worth compared to what God sees. The end of the song that I said at the beginning is now the beginning of a new chapter in my life. I'm not the shoes I wear. I'm not the clothes I buy. I'm not the house I live in. I'm not the car I drive. No, I'm not the job I work. You can't define my worth by nothing on God's green earth. My identity is found in Christ.